subscribe, comment, and I will read it. I work in a women's shoe store and intentionally give asshole customers directions to a shady part of town. I work at my family's women's shoe store. We're still kinda small compared to major brands around my city, but we're getting there. Only my family and I work there, no other employees. 98% of the time, customers are nice or at least neutral, and when they find out this is a family store, not a major brand, they kinda treat you better. Knowing I'm not just some employee of a huge brand that works for minimal wage and doesn't give a shit if you yell at them. But the few times women have been pieces of shit, I was working alone. I try to keep my chill, calm down the situation, and try to remember the customer is always right. But when they storm out of the store, I tell them there's another women's shoe shop nearby. It's just X blocks that way, and intentionally give them directions to a shady part of the city. The street my store is at is full of clothing stores and shoe stores. But 3 blocks to the south there's a street that's really fucking shady, and you're guaranteed to get mugged. We try to keep a nice and cozy atmosphere in the store. We're the only ones that serve coffee or tea and little chocolates. If elderly customers need help, we don't hesitate to do so. A lot of times customers tell us our attention is very nice and professional. So when a customer is yelling and shouting I'm a bad employee and I don't know shit, it really pisses me off. But I can't really do anything about it. I accidentally gave all of my friends mono. I've been having hearing issues a couple of days before this event. I got back from hockey camp and my hearing was sucking cock, so I just figured I was sick or something. Big deal. Oh, my friend pressured me into having a sleepover, and my crush and her friend also came over just to hang out. I cuddled with my crush, and I'm certain she's gonna have it. Later that night, when my crush and her friend left, we went to my super hot neighbor's house and played Spin the Bottle. There were 8 people there, 4 chicks, 4 dudes, and I kissed every single one of them at least once. I'm not gay, I said, no homo. I am at the doctor's office right now and they told me that it's hyper-contagious and spread through exchange of spit. Isn't that nice? All my friends, including my crush, probably have mono now. I'm so fucking embarrassed. They knew I was having ear problems, and when they wake up and also have ear problems, they're gonna know it's from me. Fuck me. Bro, this is embarrassing as fuck. I broke the Wi-Fi when my parents refused to get better internet. We have terrible internet right now, the kind that makes you wait until everyone is out of the house to try and play games. And I have a sister, so even when my parents are at work I can't play. Our internet is so bad that I couldn't send emails to my teachers with homework, and I got punished for it. My parents refuse to get better internet using bullshit excuses like it's too expensive. You will be on it all the time. And my favorite, our neighbors complained about the guy that installed the new cables. It's bullshit because we are on an old plan and it's cheaper to switch. I am pretty active and there is no proof bad installation guy exists. So I learned from a Reddit post that you can give devices priority. Bingo. So after looking into it for a while and spending longer getting into the controls for the modem, I give priority to Ethernet devices. At least that's what I think it was. I was messing about in the settings and the Wi-Fi doesn't work now. Feeling quite proud, I go and play my games. TL. Dr. Parents didn't get better internet, so I took down the Wi-Fi. Edit. What I did was turn off Mac authentication. Edit 2. Some people are getting mad, and I would like to clarify it was only for a few hours. I ghosted an old lady I got to know for 5 months in an old folk home, and she specifically wanted us to keep in contact. So at my university there was one class that required us to do some sort of service along with studies, which was a course in learning the psychology of aging. My service ended up doing 40 hours of one-on-one sessions with someone in an old folks' home over the course of a semester. We had to do a paper at the end of the semester about the experiences we learned, reflections, etc., and I got to know her very well. She was a woman from Berlin, Germany, who was a child during Nazi rule. I got to learn about her childhood all the way to her adulthood, which we talked about a few hours every week. Somewhere along she stated that she did the same project with another student at my university from a previous semester, and after the project was done she never heard from the student again, which she was very sad about as she did not have many friends or family left. She wanted to make sure I didn't do the same, and I assured her I wouldn't. Following the project, I ended up focusing on other courses and moving on to the next semester, and to this day have not spoken to her again after our last session. 4 years after this course and university, and I still think about it a lot as I could have been one of the only people she was close to in her last days, as I know she was often very sick. I feel like an asshole, but was just a stupid college kid, and wish I could go back and still be acquaintances. I'm sorry, Gretchen. After a year of deliberating, I just had to serve my old boss a letter saying I'm suing him for negligence. Long story short, I fucked my back at work about 10 years ago, when I was 22. Work cover have told me I have exhausted the funds they are willing to provide me for any more surgery or recovery treatment. I have already had 2. And round 3 is on the horizon. I told him in January what was probably going to happen and he took it okay. I had avoided speaking with him about it, but bit the bullet yesterday and agreed with the lawyer to go ahead with it. He read the letter today and called me, and he's absolutely freaked out by it, and I officially feel like the biggest cunt in the world. The costs I'm suing him for are to cover any more surgery and recovery I'll need for the rest of my life. But seeing his name on that letter and the way it's worded makes him out to be a monster that destroyed the kid's life. I have never felt this bad about doing anything in my life, and I hope that he'll understand one day. I don't think I'll ever expect him to forgive me for it either. I keep thinking about insurance companies not paying for things and really concerned this will affect him financially. The last thing I ever want is for that to happen. I don't think I could forgive myself if that's the way it played out either. Worst guy ever.
By the blackouts every other night.